All right, Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Oshaki Icewater Foster, who makes his ring return October 25th against Stephen Fulton. First and foremost, happy belated birthday. I think your birthday was yesterday, right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man.
I'm assuming you used your time to work out in the gym and no days off, right?
Yeah. We don't celebrate till October 25th. You know what I'm
Awesome.
saying?
Awesome. Good to hear. This is an exciting fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's two world-class guys that can box and, fight in the inside. So I'm really excited. But asking you, I know that at the press conference, it was a little back and forth, but I know that's just competitive nature. But what do you think about the fight? And do you believe that it's high level, top tier, two fighters at the peak?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it's two high level fighters. I just think that I'm at a higher level, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, when it comes to certain things. So, that's just how I feel. But it's definitely a high level fight that I plan on dominating for sure.
What about the fight that gets you excited? I know that he's a no-name guy. He's only had one loss against the top pound for pound kind of fighter, but outside of that, like, is there anything that you can add that maybe we don't know why this fight's really important to you?
Uh Just really because the accolades that he got,
Mhm.
and it got a little bit more. It got a little bit personal to for me. Um, Not as like personal with him, but personal as far as me want to show him. When people talk like they just this and that, they this and that. Oh, he fought anyway, woo de woo. But like he talking like it's a trophy to lose. Like what I mean. It's just stuff like that. It just get on my nerves. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, you know what I mean? I look at it like that. I gotta show them and show them that, it's levels.
Do you feel like the public has like a favorite in this fight? I mean, I know you don't care about it, but it feels like you have a little chip on your shoulder just by just kind of the way you responded to that.
Yeah, for sure. I need them to though, because every time they do this kind of stuff, it just fuels me and just make me go harder. It makes me raise my game. So yeah, it's a lot of people out there talking. It's a lot of like, on his side, going for him, and it's great. It's for sure.
I know it's like a subtle rivalry between Texas and Philly, right? I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's fought Brandon, that's a Texas fighter, and he's from Philly. And I know that Joe Frazier wasn't born in Philly, but Philly has adopted him. But George Foreman is from Texas. So do you kind of look at that as kind of like a rivalry outside of maybe just boxing, I mean even football, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Don't forget about Jamal. And I had been telling them years before Jamal fought J Rock
oh,
that
yeah.
Jamal was gonna do it to him. And ain't he from Philly?
Oh, yeah, J-Rock's from Philly, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's definitely a little rivalry going on. But I think we up, huh? We should be up or we down.
I mean, I guess he beat a Texas fighter, but when you bring up Jamal and George Foreman, I mean, there's probably a lot, but
Yeah,
maybe I make me
yeah,
there's probably an up, right?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
with this fight, I know that ultimately you're coming off of that win against Robson Casicao, which a lot of people felt the first time it was controversial. So what do you think that changed, from that fight to now? Because it seems like people always feel like depending on an opponent, you kind of rise to the occasion, and sometimes at certain levels, maybe you don't feel a certain way or you don't perform a way that you thought or okay. So, I mean, I just wanted to ask you, like, what's changed from there? And do you feel like this is a fight that brings the best out of you because of the accolades that Stephen Fulton has?
The biggest thing since that fight is healthy, man. I wasn't healthy. Wasn't healthy and neither one of them Conceição fights. I was having arm problems like a mud. That's why when you see after certain punches, I would like shake my arm or shake my hand and stuff like that. So that was the biggest thing. was for sure just getting healthy.
Hmm.
I just wanted my title back. I didn't care at any risk. I know people thought that fight was closer, and I didn't look as good. I don't give a shit, honestly, because like I didn't spar the last 3 weeks before that fight. No excuses. I got my title back, so I ain't got to make no excuses. You know what I mean? But 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks for that fight, I couldn't even bend my left arm. Like I couldn't do this. Feel me? I was stuck like this, and I just had to get like hella work done on it because all my muscles was like like I guess I had like strained them like
Hmm.
super bad, you know what I mean, to where it wouldn't bend. But we ended up making it through and getting it done, you know what I mean. But that's my biggest thing was just getting healthy, just getting
Okay.
healthy.
It's
Yeah,
good. Yeah, and I know that in a sense, like I said earlier, like it always feels like your biggest fights, you rise to the occasion, right? You kind of level up like from the Ray Vargas fights and things like that. So I have to ask, like, is there certain fights where you kind of didn't feel like you were up for it? Because I know that you felt you could have done better in the Nova fight or even the Rocky Hernandez fight. You just wanted to fight him, and you got the stoppage, but at a certain sense, it's like you see all the tools that you have, but
yeah.
I guess I asked like what makes those type of fights different from when you're so dominant with the top tier guys, and maybe you're not so happy with maybe what some people felt like were supposed to be walkthroughs.
Um, I think it'd be like I don't. I feel like every fight like it presents a different challenge for me
Hmm.
as far as like injuries and stuff like that. Like it's just
Hmm.
like I'm good at I just compensate, you know what I mean? I
Hmm.
just fight around the injuries and like the Rocky fight, like right before it, I was having a foot injury, a left foot injury. Nova fight, that same injury was lingering from my left foot. That's why I couldn't move that much in the Nova fight as I usually do. I was kind of in quicksand. And then boom, like I caught the muscle contusion with the Nova fight. I was fucked up because Mummy kept throwing that elbow. He kept throwing that elbow in my arm. So after that fight, I was fucked up. Went into the Casasio fight with the same injury, with the arm injury. My foot was better
Hmm.
because I was in a boot after the Nova fight. I was in a boot for like 2 weeks trying to get the foot right. Then you know what I mean. So I just feel like I'm finding ways to fight around injuries and stuff.
Hmm.
But I feel like when these bigger opportunities arise, like the one I'm presented with, it brings a different kind of like focus. It definitely brings a different kind of focus out of me. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? A different kind of like, all right, I need to be fully healthy. I need to be make sure everything is on cue. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like that's just what it is now. Like if I was to get them kind of injuries or something, like God forbid or whatever, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It would be more of a second guessing. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So yeah,
Yeah. And that was obviously not to discredit your resume of people because Robson's a gold medalist and stuff. I just noticed there's so much expectations with you
yeah.
that it's just kind of that's what I guess the outcome some people looked at. So.
I respect it though. I mean, that just shows that people believe in my talent and they know my potential. So I just got to put it together. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Yeah.
You know, it's always like immediate sense to always ask like what's next. And I know you're focused on Fulton, but ultimately, are you trying to unify or is moving up at some sort of your goal? Because I know there's the Shakur rumblings and things of that, but is it to be undisputed or to be like multi-division world champions?
Um. I'm really just letting at this point because I tried to do. We tried to unify.
Mhm.
I would have wanted the undisputed stuff, but now at this point, I'm kind of just like letting God show me which way I'm gonna take it. So if I'm taking titles from over here, or if I'm unifying or whatever, I'm gonna let it come together, and it's
Mhm.
gonna come together. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna try to force it or nothing because I've been calling these dudes like they don't want to fight. Navarrete, Lamont, he can go up there talking all that shit he want to talk, but he didn't want to fight either. You know what I mean? I don't know about Nunez. We tried to fight him before he got the title. Before I fought Rocky, he said no. So. I, Whatever path I get taken to, that's where we going. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is I know for the last couple months your name and Shakur has been tied together. So I mean, is that
Yeah.
obviously something that interests you more than anything with or without a title? Just there's a kind of a name fight, right? Is that something that's still relevant to your goals?
For sure. For sure, for sure. If that fight presents itself, or if we get the opportunity and the
Hmm.
WBC say we can go up and fight for his title, whatever, we gonna do it. Like no question. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We for sure, for sure.
There's a chance that he might move to 140 and fight Tio. So I mean, it's either that belt becomes vacant or he might come back down. So I mean, do you think he will beat like a Tio and stay at 140? Or because there's like
Um,
you're like essentially right there.
Either way, I'm still coming north, so they gonna have to see me regardless.
Mhm.
Regardless, we're gonna end up meeting. Um, you said, do I my opinion on him and Tio?
Yeah, do you think he beats him? Because essentially, if he beats him, I assume he would probably stay at 140 then.
Nah, styles make fights. I don't know. I can't. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like
Uh,
the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like it's just because I know the obvious people will be like Shakur's undefeated. He's a defensive fighter. Tio's kind of struggled with the boxer, but I've just talked to someone again today. Like everyone favors kind of like Tio for some reason, just from what I've
yeah,
talked to. So why is that? Because you sparred Shakur, and I guess you would know better. So I mean,
Shakur. He likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Um, Shakur kinda he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meeting guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I haven't been
You
punched by
seen
it,
him throw
so
it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen nobody him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys,
Mm,
that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And I just don't. I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating him.
Wow. Like I said, I'm not just saying this just because you're here. It's literally the track record. So I mean, you guys know better than I do. So I mean, I'm
Yeah, I mean it's just his opinion. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Awesome. Lastly, getting back to you, I know this fight is going to be a big fight, and you're going to be fighting in Vegas, pay-per-view card, and things of that nature. So, just that element, just what does it feel like, just knowing that you're going to be on this huge stage, and I know you fought all across the world in different countries, but this one's a big one. So, I mean, how excited are you to be on this PBC platform? Co-promotion, Top Rank worked tremendously with you guys trying to make this fight for a long time. So, how does it feel to finally be here?
Man, it feel great. It feel great. It feel like I'm supposed to be here. Um, Actually, it's a big show. And it's the biggest fight I've been in, biggest show I've been in. It feel like, you know what I mean? Like I feel super excited. No, I ain't nerves, nothing. I'm just ready to show everybody like what I'm about, like what I do. You know what I mean? I'm excited, man.
Awesome. Right before I let you go, October 25th, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on pay-per-view. I know you're super excited to hear that. You'll be facing Stephen Fulton on a stat card. What do you want to tell the fight fans out there before I let you go that's tuned in?
October 25th. Tune in. It's gonna be a great night of fights. I'm gonna go out there and put on a show, and we're gonna prove all the doubters wrong.